Hi, welcome back to another live stream. For today, we have the indices trading higher. Price did not retrace into discount of this range low to range high. It only went to, I think, about 25%. Let's take a look. Yep, about 25%, and then we continued higher. So based on this current order flow, we should be closing this out. We are closing this candle in the next 4 minutes. So it's gonna give us a 1 hour CISD. This is Monday's high. It's the main objective that we are looking at for today and tomorrow. Monday's high. And then once we close this candle, I'm going to drop into the lower time frames to take a look at the 15 minutes market structure. We should be encountering some form of resistance right here, so we're not there yet. The reason why, it's because this is an inversion family gap right up here. So we're gonna see. Personally, I think this is going to be the low until it takes out Monday's high, meaning a protected low until it takes out Monday's high. After taking out Monday's high, we might want to reverse lower, but I don't think that we're gonna get the reversal today, but let's see. Ultimately, on the higher time frames, we are still bearish, but for the daily candles expansion, we are definitely bullish. And the remaining weeks expansion, it is bullish. Alright, so we do in fact close above the down close candles. So understanding that there was a stop hunt right here, this swing low was formed after midnight, and we took out that swing low. Right now we closed above the down close candles that took out this swing low. So any retracement back into this down close candle is a potential buying opportunity. Dropping down into the 15 minutes, we can see that down here there was SMT with ES. ES made a lower low, so Nasdaq is the more bullish asset to the way higher, on the way up. So understanding that because this is an SMT, we don't expect this low to be tagged. From this low to this high, it offered exactly at 50%, and then it pushed higher. So this is a potential stop hunt target. Okay, I'm going to use this point as my invalidation for higher prices this morning. So understanding that, I have the OTE range right around here for now. I want to see if price can trade back into OTE. That would be the main, I would say, setup to look for. Because it's best to put our limits below this low, but I'm afraid that it might not come for this low, because first of all, it's the more bullish asset. Second thing is that there are times whereby swing lows are left untagged. The safest bet would be just to be placing the limit at 62%. So we're gonna see how this goes. If I were to refine it slightly further, I will have this inversion right here as my point of interest, and that is if I really want to, you know, try to capture the best possible price. This is going to be my preferred entry. We're gonna see, let me take a look at the points required to take this trade here. 68. Okay, 2R is definitely doable. 68 points. 68 points. Let me think about it. 68 points. If I were to get one micro, that's gonna be risking about 120, 100. Okay, I think that is doable. But we'll see. Once it trades back into 50%, then I might go in for the order. But right now, I'm just going to let it sit here for a while. Maybe when we are closer to 9:30, it might give us the Judas swing lower. The only time I will shift my entry would be if 62% retracement is above this inversion right here. Then I'll have to shift the entry to this inversion right here. this. If we can close this 4 hours above this down close candle, then the probability of us getting up into Monday's high, having this as the protected lows, are very high. The only thing that I'm worried about is that this retracement did not trade back into 50% of the preferred dealing range. So there is a possibility that we consolidate right here, forming equal highs, and then on Friday we tag the lows here and then go higher. And that is very, very possible. So I think we're just gonna be a little bit more nimble today. Yeah, I think I'm going to focus on scalps. Hi Ken, welcome. Yes, my bias is bullish towards the end of the week. We'll see about that. Yep. So since I'm not going to be trading towards external liquidity today, I'm going to focus on intraday movements. What's the range? 100 points, 200 points. I think the 1 minute would be slightly better. Okay. The last stop hunt was down here. We have 8:30's candle right here, coming back for this swing low. Could be a possibility. right now we're in Q2. We have not formed, oh, we have formed the swing high, and we formed the swing low. Okay, hopping back into the 3, jumping back into the 1, which we're in Q1. Okay, so best case scenario, gonna have to wait for Q2. We're gonna form a swing high on the 15 minutes real soon. But once that high is formed, I think we're gonna run some stops on the 3 minutes. So my eyes is focused on the 20 minutes swing lows. We do have a 15 minutes fair value gap down here. We do have the 50 minutes volume imbalance right here. If we're using the 50-minute swing, it's going to be from here to here. 50% gives us this swing low over here. How can I get there? That is a question. Probably gonna have to wait for a 3-minute swing high to form and a stop hunt before the execution. we're gonna need some 930 volatility coming in. Quite risky to trade shorts actually. Let's see. If we don't go too crazy at 9:30, we could potentially form an hourly fair value gap that could be traded into, and that is going to be the 9 a.m.'s low. However, if we keep pushing higher, it will make shorts more and more viable. Never mind, for today I'm just going to focus on longs. It's easier that way. For shorts, I'll have to wait for 10:30 or 12 noon because we expanded. When we expanded, or should I say the manipulation happened during London. So the move is probably going to complete by 12 before we find some consolidation or retracements. So we still have upside potential. 10:30 is probably some room for retracements, but not a lot. Price seems to be in a hurry. External buy side, you mean Monday's high? Maybe, maybe that could happen. Alright, 4 more minutes to 9:30. I wonder if we're going to run sell side first, or are we going to run buy side first? Yeah, that's the thing that we want to see, but you know, sometimes it can go the other way around. Maybe intraday seek and destroy. Oh. That's gonna be so trash. But yeah, I kind of think that we're not going to run the lows first, because the hourly candle is forming a very nice feathered gap. So I think we run the highs first, and then we drop it back down into the lows, and then we trade higher. I guess that's how it's gonna play out for now. Well, let's see. You know, unless you're telling me that, unless price is telling me that it wants to drop it down all the way to 7 a.m.'s hourly candles high for an immediate rebalance, and then trade higher? Well, that is the only way that I can see this. Based on 15 minutes, if we drop down all the way to 7 a.m.'s candles high, that is just right below 50% of the current daily range. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, we ran out high. I would prefer to see this high tagged out if possible, but yeah, this high works as well. It's going for it. The 7 a.m. candles high. There we are. So right now it eliminates the probability of any form of fair value gaps. And since it's an immediate rebalance, we should expect an aggressive reversal. Looking to see if we can provide a swing low right here on the 3 minutes especially, and then we take out that swing low or form some sort of SMT before shifting higher. That would be perfect. Well, taking a look at ES and NASDAQ on the hourly time frame, ES is maintaining that fair value gap surprisingly. So it did not trade down all the way to the 7 a.m. candles high. NASDAQ completely fill up the range, and we have YM just expanding in its own world. So the weaker asset is actually on NASDAQ, surprisingly. If that's the case, I might have to take longs on ES rather than NASDAQ. Okay, let me hop over to ES. Seems to be a better asset right there. Okay, where do we start? We took out the lows. We shifted bullish on 3 minutes on ES, but we're still forming. I could see reversal right now, or some form of consolidation before we continue to trade higher. A potential fair value gap is looming here. We're gonna wait. ES form a higher high, NASDAQ lower high. Let's see if it provides a CIC. Then maybe we might be able to take out this lows over here. No, just higher. Well, we have 25 more minutes for ES to hold the line. Interested to see if we can get some form of engulfing above these two down closes. Seems like we're losing ground. Candles are looking lethargic on a 1 minute. Okay, we took out the first swing high form after 9:23. We're in the micro cycles now, so I want to see if we can shift bearish now on ES. I wouldn't want to see engulfing candles on the 1 minute. I look for OTE. Keep it simple. Trigger will be a CISD. If I really want to force it, I can use inversions, but I tried to simplify because the inversions comes with the FIPS OTE levels. So usually I look for inversions in OT ranges. I mean, that is going to be if I want to be precise to the maximum perfection, then yeah, I would do that. But it takes a lot of time in terms of dropping into the lower time frames, so it's not that optimal if I'm trading on the 1 minute, for example, because I don't think I would have enough time to find that inversion, and I would be in a hurry. If it is on the higher time frames, then yeah, it's more doable. Okay, I like what I'm seeing. We are slowly but surely displacing lower. So right now all I need is to close below this candle's low, and that would give me the trigger. Alright, so we have close below. Looking for just 2R. It's gonna be somewhere here. Oops. Oh no, one tick. Just one tick. Yeah, right here. It's gonna leave me. Oh no. So for example, if I would be looking for inversions, I'm gonna drop down into 30 seconds or 15 seconds, right? There's no inversions here. The inversion has to be within OTE. So 10 seconds. Yep, so we have the 10-second inversion, which is right here. So that would be if I were to be using inversions. Seems like it's gonna stop me out. We're closing above inversions. The last one is right here. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna see what is it really up to. Are we gonna get a Yes, it's not cooperating. Slow grind higher maybe. I got to be a little bit more careful here. Let's compare NASDAQ. Wow, okay, not a very good price action here. But we did take out a swing low, so if ES is not willing to go lower, does it mean that I can go higher for NASDAQ? We have a CSD right here. How much is the points? 34. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. No inversions here. 30. Still nothing. I'm just gonna let it play out first. Seems to me like a potential seek and destroy. 5 seconds. Gonna see if we can turn bullish here. Alright, I must say I was pretty lucky here. Okay. Not too bad. So my eyes was on the reaction of the OTE, number 1. Number 2, it ran out a swing low right here on the 5 seconds. Okay, and then we closed bullish, engulfing this down close candles. I looked for a long in the retracement back into 50%, and my stop loss was this down close candle here. So somehow or other it didn't stop me out. Cool. And it went up higher for a whopping, how many points is this? 41 points. in 45 seconds. What the? Okay. But yeah, I was thinking about longs here because since ES wasn't willing to drop, that means NASDAQ is going to get pulled up. So over here on NASDAQ, we see that there was a stop hunt during Q2, second quarter of the micro cycle. on the 3 minutes, right? This is a 3-minute swing low, by the way. So after that stop hunt, we shifted bullish, closing above these two down close candles. With the candle at 9:43. So I was looking for a retracement into OTE from low to high. And then we did get that retracement into OTE, and I was looking at the 5 seconds to see if price wants to react off the OTE. And in the case it did. Therefore, that's how my entry came about. I should have taken profits here instead of here, but it was just too fast. I had no time to process. Okay, now with that, let's continue to observe the markets and see if it can give us a higher time frame move. 40 points, that is about $800. So from the initial loss, it is about 275, 300. So net profit would be about 500, yeah, currently. The price action is not the cleanest, I would say. That was a one hectic trade. Doesn't look too clean on the 3 minutes. Lots of wicks back and forth. I think it's the same for ES. Yeah. But if I were to compare between Nasdaq and ES, Nasdaq printed the setup that was aligned with the daily bias. ES did not. So well, we're gonna continue watching. I'm wondering if we can trade up into Monday's high in the first half of the 10 a.m.'s candle, because if we are able to do so, we could get a very strong reversal for maybe, let's just say yes, because we do have the open hourly fair value gap. We're gonna see about that. But for Nasdaq, I can see that it's a very long wick on the hourly candle. Right here. So there is a possibility that price might want to trade back into the ranges here, mainly the 25% and the 50%, since it is technically weaker. Therefore, if ES is going to trade into the fair value gap before higher, Nasdaq could offer prices down here. But we should still continue to expect a very strong bullish momentum due to the fact that we have the immediate rebalance here. We're gonna keep pressing longs. Alright, so let's see. We should be able to attack the Monday's high at 10 a.m. I mean, utilizing the 10 a.m. candle, and then from then on, maybe 10:30 onwards, I'll start to look for some sort of retracements. ES closed very strongly here. Trading back into the fair value gap is going to be quite crazy on the lower time frames. Okay, let's take a look at the cycles. Right now, Q1 accumulation, Q2 manipulation. Yeah, we should continue higher. Q2 was the manipulation. Q3 we are trading higher. Q4, yeah, we should continue higher. At least up to 10:30, because 10:30 would be the start of Q4 on the higher time frames. So we're gonna get some interesting price actions, I guess. This level here, shaded blue, let me change the color, shaded gray, is the hourly inversion, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, right here, hourly inversion fair value gap. So right now we are around this level, So we could anticipate a slowdown, like more like a speed bump before higher prices is offered. Okay, we ran out some swing highs on the 3 minutes, and then right now we are having the 1 minute CSD. The lows here are all potential targets for stop hunts, especially on the 1 minute. There's no stop hunts on the way up. Okay, right here is the same thing. Right, we have potential equal lows down here, but you know, we're bullish, so this right here is a low probability setup, which is why I'm dropping down into the 5 seconds. Is that a stop hunt? No, it's not. There we go, a stop hunt. Oh, no CSD yet. Okay, there we have the CSD. Shit. Right here. Looking for this low right here. Okay, we are moving stops. OT will be somewhere around here. There we go. Right, micro scalping. So how many points was this? It's like a glitch. Oh, it's slightly above. I thought I had the orders at 0.15. So how many points was this? Oh, I can't see. All the way here. Another 33 points, not too bad. Okay, let's see what we have later on. We're gonna go back into the hard time frames for context. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Five seconds. Yeah, 5 seconds is needed if you're trading on the 1 minute PD array, which means you're using the 1 minute as the higher time frame candles. But of course you need to have context. Wow, cut the high. ES seems to be interested in taking out the hourly fair value gap. To be honest, I might stop here because that's a lot of points for one day, and you know, when you overtrade you tend to give back your profits, so let's keep cool. And analyze on the higher time frames for now. I'm gonna have some break after every trade, because that when you're trading on the 5 seconds, it kind of makes your heart races a little bit, because the candles are moving that fast and you have to move your stops that fast. Okay, I'm gonna let my heart rate drop before I consider taking another trade. It's still unfollowing. Well, sometimes when prices just move too much, then yeah, you can drop down into the seconds time frame. But of course, if the range is like, you know, this 1 minute candle is offering, 1 minute candle ranges are offering like 100 handles. There's no way I'll be able to trade E-mini, like utilizing the 1 hour entries. I need to calm down my heart rate. Yeah, 5 seconds is a little bit too much. I do have a Discord, but I don't really post on it. That often. Usually it's basically like a higher time frame analysis and stuff like that. Wow, ES is really running for the lows. So right here we have the hourly fair value gap for ES, and as I've mentioned, if ES is going to make the run lower, then we're going to see Nasdaq trade back into the wick, right? Mainly the 25% and then the 50% right here. So for Nasdaq, we have pretty much completed all the objective for the retracement part of the trade. Right now, we're waiting for ES to take this level, and after which we're probably going to go higher. So what is seek and destroy? Right, on the lower time frames, it's a seek and destroy. So now we have the 15 minutes running out this swing high, and then we have a 3 minutes CISD right here. Therefore, I have anchored this range to see if price wants to trade back into OTE, and if so, I would like to see maybe a 1 minute CISD right up here after tagging this level, and then I can go short again to take out this low if ES has not traded into its fair value gap by that time. Okay. But once ES trades into its respective fair value gap, then I might have to re-evaluate. Seems like we're not gonna get the OTE retracement. And to be real honest, if Nasdaq is going to close down here like this on the hourly candle, even though we only have even though we still have 43 minutes to go, but if in a case Nasdaq closes like this, a down close candle on the hourly like this, then it opens up the possibility of taking out this low, because for immediate rebalances, you really want to see the next candle expand towards the objective. In the case that it doesn't, that means it's signaling underlying weakness in the current order flow. So with that said, I am also implying that this fair value gap right here for ES might not be too trustworthy, might not be too trustable. Okay. Oh, seems like it wants to retrace. Okay. We have a opportunity here. If we close above this swing low, we could retrace up into this high in minimum 50%. Yeah, we do in fact close above this low. Okay, so we're gonna take out this high. This would be a potential turtle soup candidate, but we're not looking for 50%. I need OTE. And in terms of inversions, it would be right here on the 3 minutes. We have the tiny little volume imbalance right up here. So for easy reference, it would just be anchored at this low over here. If we trade towards Monday's high from here, It's gonna be a, an account wrecker, like an account wrecking day. The best thing ES can do is by 10:30 we trade down into the fair value gap. If we don't tag the fair value gap by 10:30, I don't think there's enough time for the candles to close bullish on Nasdaq. We'll see. Maybe Nasdaq wants to decouple from ES. That is also another possibility. Right here we would be trading into 3 minutes PD array. So for 3 minutes PD array, it would require a 1 minute CIZ. My eyes is on this low over here. Okay, now we have tagged it. We're gonna wait for CISD if it wants to continue lower, but do keep in mind that we are bullish on the 1 hour, and it seems like ES is not intending to trade into its hourly fair value gap. So this is very important as well. We might leave this fair value gap for later on once we tag external liquidity. Where is the chart? Right here. So how do we verify that the OT is going to fail? Right, we first wait for a swing high to form, because right now we have already taken out this swing high. If price is to be bearish, once it forms a swing high up here, we should crash it lower in terms of like a low resistance, like what happened right here. However, if we run this second swing high, then the probability of OTE occurring towards the downside would become extremely low, because only in rare instances we get 3 drives higher. So let's see. It looks like we're going to form a swing high now. Yeah, on choppy days you really need to drill down into the lower time frames. If not, you're gonna get chopped up. I mean, that is if you're looking for intraday scalps. Of course, if you're looking for higher time frame moves, then it doesn't really apply. Okay, so we have a swing high now. If we take out that swing high, that means we're going for the highs, for Monday's highs specifically, and this is going to be about the best retracement that we get. It's almost it's a more than 90% retracement from the high and then back up. It's pretty crazy. So we're 2 minutes more to 10:30. Oh, it's taking quite a while to run out this swing high. Okay. In the next 1 minute or so, we're also going to form 15 minutes swing high up here and a 3 minutes swing high up here as well, provided that this candle does not run out this high. Okay, we ran out the highs, so no 3 minute swing high in the next close. So this would be the third drive higher. If price is to drop, it's going to be really aggressive towards the downside. But obviously, if we keep pushing higher and closing above highs, then yeah, we're probably not going to trade lower, and any form of retracement is going to be considered buying opportunities. Unless it's going to provide a surprise, like a surprise 100-point drop. We need to see a candle close above this swing high right here, best case scenario. I've traded all the way to the 1 hour inversion. I'm probably gonna retrace a little bit for now. Maybe take out some swing lows on the 1 minute, and then we go higher. I guess that's how it's going to be, unless we see ES suddenly dropping. That fair value gap is really a deal breaker for ES. Anyways, if you have been watching the analysis videos for today, like I posted a Thursday's analysis for Australian dollar. Right now seems to be playing out quite nicely. Looking for this low to be tagged, and obviously the monthly low over here. Entry is at 62 and 705. Right, it's all outlined in the analysis video earlier this day. This is based on the higher time frame entry. You can call it trading the weekly expansion, like a ICT's one shot one kill. Anyways, back into the Nasdaq chart. Okay, is it not going to give a swing low stop on? Just gonna keep grinding higher. Do we have a 5 minutes fair value gap or something? No, not really, because I don't see anything on the 3 minutes. No swing lows as well. I mean, the only low is down here. I don't think it's gonna retrace all the way down here. This low is going to hold, I believe. Well, because this right here is a proportion order block. Let's see. I can remove the OT right now. Yeah, see you next time. And again, right now we have the 1 minute stop hunt over here. We're gonna see if we can close above this 2 down close candles, and if we can, then you know what I'm going to do. Okay, we're gonna see if we get the CISD on the 1 minute. Okay, so we do right now, dropping down lower. Looking for a trade back into OTE. Okay, we'll see what we can do with this. Target is obviously Monday's high. Gonna see if we can get it. I will require it to drop into OTE, but sometimes it reacts off the 50%, so that's fine. I would rather miss the move. Okay, we have a swing low on the 1 minute over here. So that could be the stop one. Alright, it's coming straight into OT. It has to tag OTE, not like this. Very nice direction from candle number 2 after the immediate rebalance. So I think I could hold this for the runner into Monday's high. Okay, it seems like it's going to give a 3 drives lower because this low did not tag into OTE. If not, then I'm going to miss the move, which is totally fine. But if the 1 minute can close above this down close, then yeah, we're gonna start expanding. In about three minutes, we're gonna have a close on the 15 minutes. So best case scenario, we close above the previous 15 minutes high, swing high, so that we can continue to keep expanding higher. Alright, price is building a range here, if that's how I understand it correctly, because it's still not able to close above this candle's high. Well, once it closes above, then I'm going to observe. I'm not going to trade, but I'm going to observe it if it trades back into OT from this low to whatever high that is. Seems like we're gonna accomplish that. Okay, so now I'm going to put the fibs here just for observation purposes. I'm just keeping this here so that I would have slightly lesser friction if the model prints. Okay, did we close above the swing high? We didn't really close above the swing high on the 15. Well, let's see if we can close above the previous hourly candle's high on the hourly chart. That is going to be another clue as well. Okay, we have the first swing high here, so the retracement is coming. Either it retraces into OT or it takes out this low. I'm thinking it takes out this low. Okay, so once we take out that low, we would like to see if it tags OT. Did it tag OT? Yeah, we tagged OT. Okay, so from now onwards, I would be looking for bullish prices. I mean, CISD. We have the first one right here. Might be a little bit too slow for this. Maybe a little bit too early. We haven't not formed a swing low on 1 minute. We'll see. Okay, we have a second stop hunt right here. If we can close above here, I can shift my stops down here. We need to close above. Not looking too good. We form a swing low right here, so it's now or never. All right. I'm stopping for today. So 1 loss, 1 win. No, sorry. 2 losses and 2 wins. How many points was this? 70, 270, 261. 9 points. Not too bad. Running the lows again. In the last 10 minutes. Interesting. From here to here, it offered 50%. Shouldn't come back down here. Okay, we have a swing low right here on the 3 minutes. I'm just watching here. Alright, I'm going to stop here because right now I can't get a good read on the price and I don't want to give back my profits into the markets. So I'm gonna stop here. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow and probably we would have a better price action than this current up down seek and destroy that we are having right now. With that said, thanks for watching and looking forward to see Australian USD play out. So far it's doing pretty well. This move is gonna probably complete by the end of the week. If so, I'm willing to hold overnight because for FTMO is actually a swing account that allows me to hold overnight. So I'm going to do so in an event that it doesn't trade down here by this week. With that said, I mean over the weekend. With that said, thanks for watching and good luck trading if you're still trying to navigate today's price action. I think it's quite challenging. Signing out right now, and I will talk to you in the next one.